exactly what vegan chef Chloe Coscarelli eats in a day. A vegan for 13 years, Chef Chloe Coscarelli has written 3 cookbooks, won TLC's Cupcake Wars, and opened 3 locations of her vegan restaurant by Chloe. Needless to say, the 29-year-old knows a thing or two about how to make a plant-based lifestyle work. After realizing at a young age that the animals she kept as pets and the animals on her plate were a little too similar, Chloe started distancing herself from animal products by becoming a vegetarian. "I actually felt that while I was a vegetarian, it wasn't very healthy," she says. "I started eating things like cheese pizza, mac and cheese, lasagna, quesadillas, grilled cheese. And I realized that wasn't a very balanced diet. So after a year or two, she dipped her toes into vegan cuisine. That was what really opened up my eyes to this whole other world of colors and flavors, spices, and ingredients," Chloe told us at the Women's Empowerment She Summit panel sponsored by Citizen Watch as part of the new Citizen Ambaluna Watch launch in New York City. Obviously, as a chef, Chloe puts a ton of thought into the recipes she creates for her restaurants and books out. What about the food she eats every day? Here's a peek into what she fuels with on the regular. "Breakfast every day is different because my lifestyle is crazy," says Chloe regarding what she eats. "Never know if breakfast is going to be at 7 in the morning or 8 p.m, if lunch is going to be at 3 in the morning, so I'm eating throughout all hours." When she does happen upon a normal day, breakfast is all about taking whatever is lying around the kitchen and making a meal from it. Some of Chloe's go-to options include oatmeal, breakfast burritos, tofu scrambles, smoothies, and her favorite, pancakes. Sometimes it's pancakes for dinner too, she adds. "Since I'm a chef, many of my meals come from my testing new recipes," she says. "Sometimes that means I'm eating chocolate cake at 10 a.m, and if that's the case, so be it." It sounds like, "Oh, poor me," but it actually can be kind of challenging sometimes when you start your day in reverse like that. Lunch for lunch, Chloe likes to keep things light with a veggie-loaded salad or homemade soup, almost always with a side of bread. One of her lunch tricks? She'll blend her soups for the week all at once and store them in the freezer. "For me, it's really important to cook for myself and not just eat whatever food I'm working with at the time, and that's where meal prep is a huge help," she says. "Whether it's a hummus, a blended soup, or fully prepared meals I can heat up later, I try to utilize my downtime to meal prep items I can eat throughout the week. Dinner for dinner, that's when anything goes. I love carbs, so I enjoy eating pasta loose. That's one of the easiest things for me to make if I'm cooking for just myself," she says. But these aren't your ordinary noodles. Chloe likes to mix things up and keep her plate colorful with lentil noodles, kelp noodles, or spiralized veggie noodles. "Making sure my meals are nutritionally diverse and complex is a big priority as a chef, but when I'm cooking meals for myself, it can be a bit of an afterthought," she says. While a lot of people think vegans don't get enough protein, Chloe says she gets her fair share from nuts, black beans, chickpeas, and vegetables. One of the ways she sneaks protein into her pasta is by making her own Alfredo sauce from cashew milk. Think the more you can vary the sources you're getting your nutrients from, the better. Get more healthy eating tips and delicious recipe ideas from scratch, a new cookbook from our CEO, Maria Rodale. Snacks. Of course, there's no way you can avoid snacking while in a test kitchen. "I don't think I've ever had just 3 meals a day because I love to snack," says Chloe. "Usually my snacks are on the sweeter side from when I'm testing." She's also a sucker for ice cream and makes her own from coconut or almond milk. Plus, while she's on the road, she's been known to check out the local vegan scene. Chloe's vegan baking tips. Like we said, she won Cupcake Wars, so baking is certainly Chloe's bread and butter. Sorry, had to. Here's what you should know if you want to give vegan baking a try. Stock up on baking soda and vinegar. I'm making cake or cupcakes. Instead of using eggs, I'll use baking soda and vinegar, she says. "No, that sounds strange. Why would you put baking soda and vinegar in delicious cakes?" But there's actually science behind it. The acid in the vinegar mixes with the baking soda and binds the cake together and actually makes it really moist and fluffy. Ditch the traditional dairy. Coconut milk is great. It's like nature's substitute for heavy cream, says Chloe. I make whipped cream out of it, ice cream, almost anything you'd usually need cream for. Add a hint of coffee. Espresso is also really great for baking anything chocolate even if you're not a coffee drinker, she says. It just enhances the rich chocolate winess and you don't even have to taste the coffee. This is great for if you're baking for someone who's never eaten vegan before and you just want it to be really intense, rich flavors. And if you are a coffee addict, raise his hand, your chocolate cake just got a whole lot sweeter.